Well, Shaka Hislop, football predicting is quite easy. A team that's won 4 in a row at home to a team mid-table in the Premier League, surely it's a home win. However, Brighton go to Arsenal and win, and go to Spurs and win. Do they get the credit they deserve for some of the results that they get?
I think Brighton do get the credit they deserve for not just the results, but the type of football that Graham Potter has them playing. But in fairness, they're Brighton, and as much as you expect Brighton to be lower down the table than they actually are, they threaten to be up near the top. A lot of their football has probably suggested that they should be higher, but they come into this one, and you're absolutely right. Coming into this one, given both Spurs and Brighton, this is a no-brainer. This is a Spurs win. Everything pointed towards that. Brighton can't score goals despite how good their football has been. And the stat I heard is looking for their first back-to-back win in the league since they were in the top four themselves. So nothing about this, to me, pointed towards a Brighton win. But over the course of 90 minutes, there was only really one team in it. And that's the amazing thing, that Spurs at home, with the top four within their grasp and in a top four race that nobody seems to want to win, you expected more. They did not test Sanchez, who, in fairness to him, I thought did everything could be asked of him. His positioning, his anticipation was simply outstanding, but didn't have a save to make. Aside from which, I don't think it was threatened at all. They had a little flurry around the 75th minute, where Højbjerg and Lucas Moura got down the right-hand side. That's it. That's all we have to talk about. This is all about Brighton. And in the end, though the goal came late, it was deserved.
And it was a super goal by Trossard as well. How did Brighton stop and prevent Spurs' attacking threat, which has been so potent of late?
Defended really well. I mean, the kind of ground that Brighton covered through midfield and defensively, I thought was simply outstanding. They didn't allow Son space to run in behind. They didn't allow Harry Kane any room on the ball. In the end, it was just an incredible team performance. There's no other way to look at this than just to say that Brighton were the better team. They had the better individuals on the day, who were prepared to work a whole lot more and cover the ground as needed. And though Brighton are a possession team, and you kind of wondered if that would favour Spurs with the counter-attacking threat that they had, at no point were Brighton caught out by the counter-attack. At no point were they caught thin or short at the back.
A few weeks ago, after Arsenal's excellent form, well, that's it. They'll get fourth. No one's going to catch them. Then after Spurs' excellent form, well, Spurs are going to get fourth. After their excellent form, no one's going to catch them. Where does that leave us in the race for fourth?
That leaves us back at square one, as in trying to figure out exactly where this goes. Well, not maybe fully back to square one, because I think it's down to two teams, both North London clubs. I just don't see Manchester United mounting a credible challenge to finish top four. They've been far too inconsistent. Something that we could say about both Arsenal and Spurs. West Ham into the Europa League semi-final. I understand that they'd otherwise been distracted. You always thought that West Ham's challenge or top four challenge was going to drop off towards the back end of the season. Adding this Europa League run into it, I feel so even more now. So it comes down to these two. 2 weeks ago, I was saying that there was still a lot of time for Spurs to be Spursy. A week ago, I was saying everybody was being Spursy, but Spurs in terms of that top four run. And now we're back to, I guess, where we were.
But the only way to end this after that result, that late Trossard goal, earning Brighton their first win at Spurs since 1981, is to talk about Brighton. And I want to talk finally about Graham Potter, their manager. Whatever he's been, he has had relative success. I'm not talking trophies. I'm talking success with what he's had to work for. Why isn't he mentioned when bigger jobs come along more seriously than Oh, Graham Potter, yeah, that might be a possibility. Is it a snobbery? Is it a lack of kind of, oh, well, he doesn't sound like he's managed at the top level? Should he be looked at by decent clubs whose owners are thinking of changing managers?
Absolutely, he should. And the challenge with hiring at the highest level of football is you always want to see the focus is on what trophies have been won. And listen, Graham Potter's not going to win trophies with Brighton. Or it's unlikely. You always feel that there has to be that little stepping stone before that jump up to somebody competing for the Premier League title or somebody competing to win the Champions League. Let's look at Spurs and Mauricio Pochettino. Success at Southampton, then success at Spurs, and then all of a sudden linked with some of the biggest jobs in world football. Maybe that's the half step that Potter needs right now. Who offers him that opportunity to challenge for that top four space, or to really build a squad that threatens the big boys before making that next step up? Exactly who that club is right now, I'm not certain. You look around the league and everybody's, or certainly clubs in that position, they're fairly settled. They're fairly settled in who their managers are. So it's all about timing for Graham Potter. His name is always linked, but just sometimes I don't feel it's the right fit or the right opportunity for him. But as long as he keeps doing what he's doing at Brighton, rest assured, those opportunities, that club, will soon be available to him.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.